Hi everyone, my name is Victor and I am one of the authors of TechNeed. Today I'm going to be showing you how to configure and log into Linux with SSH keys from Windows system using the Putty application. So I'm not going to talk about the understanding the subject matter. I just want to go to the action point where I'm going to show you the step-by-step guide of how to do this. If you just want to read about the understanding the subject matter, you can come to this website. I'm going to be dropping the link to this website in the description box below so you can navigate through and read. So let's get to the action point. So I have logged in as the user Tayo and I'm going to be generating the SSH keys for this user. And to generate the SSH key pair, you need to use a key generator. We can use the SSH keygen tool or we can use the PTGen tool, whichever one you want to use. But in my case, I'm going to be using the SSH keygen tool. So for me to do that, I'm just going to say SSH keygen, and you can see that it's telling me that where do I want to save this file or save this key. So I'm just going to let it save it in the default file it is mentioned there, which is in the home directory of Tayo and in this .ssh directory. And I'm going to enter a passphrase because I always want to enter a passphrase anytime I log in with the keys. It's just a way to secure the system more, right? So I'm just going to enter the passphrase and I'm going to enter this again, and you see that it's telling me that the keys have been saved here. So you can see here saying your identification has been saved here and your public key, of course the public key and the private keys have been saved here. So if I go to that directory, which is cd.ssh, and I list what I have here, you can see that I have two keys. So I have the public key, which is this, and I have the private key, which is also this. So the next thing I'm going to do is to create an authorized keys file because I don't have any here. So the file, that authorized keys files, is where you're going to put the public keys so that any system or any user that wants to log in into this system as the tile user, they must be in the authorized keys file. Like I said, in the understanding the subject matter, there has to be an handshake between the public keys and the private keys. So the private key is your own key that you're going to be keeping, and the public key is the key that is going to be on the system, and it is going to be in the authorized keys file. So what I'm going to do is to just copy this public keys to the authorized key files. So instead of me doing vi authorized keys, I'll just do this straight away. So I can say cat id.pub. I can just put it here in authorized keys. Authorized keys. So if I cut authorized keys, and if I also cut id underscore rsa pub, so you can see that I have the same file. So every user that wants to SSH as the tile user, either in this system or from any other system, they must be authorized and they must be in the authorized keys files. So what I mean is that the public keys rather must be in the authorized key files before they can be able to authenticate as the tile user into this system. So the next thing to do is to change. So let's list this again. You can see that we have the authorized keys files here. So I'm going to change the permission of this file to 600. So I can just do chmod 600 authorized key files. So if I list this again, you can see that the permission has been changed. So now we're done with generating the SSH keys and preparing the system for key-based authentication. for this particular user. So what we're going to do next is to get the private key out. And to do that, I can just copy and paste these keys, or I can use the Putty secure copy tool. So I'm just going to launch the CMD from my system here, and I can use the Putty secure copy tool. So I can say PSCP the user tile at the IP of the server, so which is this 37.140, I guess, and I can copy this from. We have this file in home yeah, the SSH slash ID underscore RSA. So I need to tell it where I am copying this to, so I can just copy this to users Victor. I can put this in document or downloads or anywhere. So let me just put this in document. So it's trying to locate the system. So it's taking its time to do that. So let me just cover this. All right, so I can put in tiles password, and you can see that it's been copied. And if I want to confirm that, I can just do directory document underscore ID RSA. So you can see that I have this copied. And now what we're going to do is to import the private key to our Windows and PuttyGen client, since we're going to be using Putty from our Windows system to connect to the Linux system. So I can launch PuttyGen tool from here. I can go to all programs or all applications, or I can just launch it from here. So I'm just going to say PuttyGen. So you can see that I have that PuttyGen tool here. And from here, I can import the private key. And to do that, I'm going to click on conversion here. I'm going to say import keys. And I'm going to do that from, we did this in document, we saved this in document, right? Let me just push this here. Let me search for ID underscore RSA. All right, so I'm just going to import this. I'm going to enter the passphrase, which is the passphrase I used. So you can see now that I have it here imported, and I also have the key passphrase here. And because I want to use key passphrase, I'm not going to delete this. If I don't want to use key passphrase, then I can delete this, but I'm just going to leave it as this. And I'm going to say save private key. I can save this in anywhere, downloads, anywhere. So let me just save this in pictures. So I want to, oh no, let me save this in download so I can, oh, I have a lot of stuff here too. So let me save it in downloads, so, or document, or anywhere, or desktop, or document. So let me just save this in document, the same way we've saved the first file. So I'm just going to say users or tile or anyone tiles private key, and it has the extension of .ppk, so I can just save this. So now that I'm done saving this, I can close this button here. So the next thing I need to do is to launch the Putty application, which I can also do from the CMD line here. And I'm going to bring this here. So I can go to connections, from connections to SSH, from SSH to authentication to credentials. And here I'm going to browse out my private key, which I saved in documents, and which is this. and I can say, okay, before I do that, so I need to go back to session here, and I'm going to put in the IP, so I can just say tile at 192.168.37.140, and I'm going to save this session because I don't want to, always come back here. So I'll just like to save the session straight away. So to do that, I'll just say tile session. I'm just going to say save, and now I can try to connect. So let's say open. So here it prompted me this. So I need to enter the passphrase for tile, because like I told you, fine, I can always put in the passphrase or not, but I just want to always log in via the passphrase. It's just, to tighten up the security more, except I'm doing some automation processes, then I might not include the passphrase. So I'm just going to enter the passphrase, which is what I've entered, and you can see now that I can log into this system using my SSH keys with the user tile. So there are some things I might not say in this video, like why you should delete your private key, why you shouldn't delete your private keys, how you can passphrases and all of that. I don't want to make this video too long, and that's why I didn't mention them here in this video. But if you want to learn more about what we've done, I'll just advise that you go to the website. Like I said, I'll be dropping the link in the description box below so you can learn more about this. So thank you for watching, and please subscribe to this channel. When you do this, you encourage us to do more of these videos. I want you to please subscribe, share, like, and comment. I will appreciate your comment too as well. It's very helpful for us. Thank you once more, and bye for now.